Dear USA, all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans, I hope we are all on the same page on this regard that I'm providing very, very crucial, very, very important civil justice sign off for myself, and it's multitasking is the wisdom. With that said, I will quickly read through the civil justice sign off so that we all can be on the same page. And yes, my dear fellow mankind, please be patient. This session is also about divorce only. Okay, and there is one more session which I have to address about the divorce, and then the divorce scandal will be done. That means imagine the crime counted exclusively only for divorce process scandal that was exclusively created only for tax fraud, tax revenue, to drink the blood of innocent humans. For how long this torture has to be going on? Don't you all think it needs to be stopped? And it will be stopped. Okay, so and then with that said, I'll quickly read through the civil justice, and yes, if you're going to see the screenshots in the session, you will be witnessing who is the true creator of divorce help processing in the whole entire earth. So they cannot escape, right? The whoever created hell for humans, they cannot escape the death penalty. It is clearly written in the Holy Bible. So now worldwide nations, nation governments, and the public sectors and the private sectors, they are witnessing this live testimony that I'm providing, that who exactly is the hell creator. Who that root cause must be identified to fix any disease, right? So as of today, there should never be any divorce. If criminal law is healthiest, there should never be any divorce. So that is a standalone scandal. I proved already. But this is on a micro level, on a very detailed level of how many scandal types he created only for tax fraud, my dear fellow mankind, just only to drink the blood of humans, and they never even left out even children population also in this. Right? So don't you all think I have to step in, I have to sign the job offer immediately and then provide the healthy help for entire divorce population and the children population and the adult population and public sectors and private sectors. Yes, whatever crime they provided, they all took the curse of the Pope Francis, my dear fellow mankind. Right? I'm not joking that Department of Children Families will be shielded and shut down any moment. Please, I'm not joking. That's a fact. People have to digest it. Right. So tell me how many educated population are there, right? How many generations came, how many generations went, right? Why nobody was able to crack down this person who is the root cause of divorce? So when I crack down that person, don't you all think that I should be the supreme civil judge for all nations, family law judge for all nations, children law judge for all nations, medical law judge for all nations, insurance law for all nations, judge for all nations, right? Then I can guide, hey, DCF, do like this. Hey, DHS, work like this. Means I'm going to guide them in the rightful way, that's all. I'm going to direct them and guide them in the rightful pathways. That's all is needed, isn't it? When nobody stood up and displayed the true crime, because this is very deadliest crime, my dear fellow mankind, the entire piece of software line of code validation has been removed, not even written. So to, let's say, Apple or Microsoft or Google are taking that contract from the federal government and they are saying, okay, USA, we want to write the code. Even then, it cannot be fixed, my dear fellow mankind. Because just like that, writing a piece of code, then attaching it, it's not going to work. Because all the other logics is wrong. So how on the earth, even if they're going to write a new logic, if they're going to fix it? No, it's not. I already said the destruction provided by this filthiest prostitutes, Pope Francis and the teens, it will take 50,000 years, man hours of labor. That many humans need to be employed. Right? One human cannot write everything, the code. So how much of destruction he provided, all in the name of God. See, in one of the write-up I would have said, shh, silence, just come and hide behind me, anti-human kingdom. I would have I'm going to read that write-up. Do you all know what's the meaning of that? In a layman way, it is we are all in the last scene of the gladiator scene, right? Gladiator movie I'm talking about, the last scene. I'm right there. So I'm just asking, hey, anti-human kingdom, all the military, all the public sectors, all the private sectors, all the national leaders, do not fear. Just come and hide behind me now, because this civil justice sign-off is a very crucial one. Pope Francis, being a god of USA, do not have any birthright to create the divorce hell only for tax fraud. And people were wondering why on the earth the complex divorce is so complex and very delayed for years together. Okay, as if that is not enough, he also created more crime. Can you all see the crime after crime after crime? How the softer logic works. Now this session talks about war. Okay, he created all the crimes. Then he could have stopped, right? That much tax dollars he's eating. Queen Elizabeth II, France leader, Archbishop Sicily, everybody, the Islam leaders, they are all eating the tax dollars every single day forever. Past 5,000 years, 50,000 years with this tax fraud crime. Then what more of the crime they provided to fool the educated population? Hey. Oh, are you frightened of getting into filing for divorce because it will get delayed for years together to destroy you, tear you down in pieces? Oh, we have another program called Separation. You all will be not legally divorced, but you can be separated, and the benefits for that is so great, you can still get all the national benefits. Like prostitution, they fooled. So see how they push this innocent civilians to the edge of the cliff means emotional manipulation. This is called as emotional manipulation, right? So even in the divorce population, how many civilians got fooled by this divorce separation part of it, and they got into that never-ending loop of trap. Means for entire life they've been thrown in the prison mode without any awareness. Divorce means closure. We're parting in different ways. But how Pope Francis, one side he says divorce is a sin, on the other side he provided an emotional manipulation. Do you all know what crime type is that? That's the deadliest crime, to provide an emotional manipulation. It's a sub-classification, comes in the brainwashing, influence, substance abuse. Even you're influencing a person's brain, you're creating confused brain for mankind. And that means comes under the classification of substance abuse, of intoxication, right? He intoxicated innocent civilians population. So how many people, be it male populations or women populations, the divorce processing, they got confused brain because of this. Pope Francis provided that prostitution process, and they fall down in that trap. They cannot come out of it. That is how he meticulously created the software code also be written wrongfully. So for them upfront it looks, oh, is it? Okay, then why can't I choose the separation and still we get the national benefits? Who cares? Like that. But then, okay, after that, he also provides a roadway and pathway for the separated population to choose wrongful choices, isn't it? Wrongful choices. When I'm telling wrongful choices means it can be anywhere, anything between adverse sex, right? They'll be separated, they will not be legally divorced, and they will have to choose, move forward with whatever life choices they want to live. And here, USA, there is a domestic partner living together is a normal way of life. So one side not divorced, one side they can have that domestic partner lifestyle of living free sex out of wedlock mode. how he created the chaos. And they still will get pregnant with free sex out of wedlock mode. So one side they are not separated, yeah. And if they have the children, that is one part. And then they are mandated to choose the different route, unhealthy route. And then if they get pregnant out of domestic partner, then there is no legal marriage for the domestic partners. So the court and the US nation will just back off and will say, you're not married, you all had free sex, go die, get lost. This is what the USA will say. So how he created, he is the one who is all this hell creator, isn't it? People never knew. People were just mocking the people, right? So tell me, as if that divorce itself is not enough for different types. He created separation, divorce type called separation, which is another scandal in a scandal. And then last of that part is what? He also provided a pathway for polygamy, right? One side not legally divorced and other side only separated, still getting the national benefits, still they'll be in the marital covenant mode only. And then still they can move forward, thinking as if they can move forward, they'll get into a new relationship, whatever type, whether they can get married, they cannot even get married if there's a separation mode. How much of, can you all see, he played on the emotions of the innocent population worldwide after all. So starting with what? What is the starting point of the crime? He mandated 7.9 plus billions of humans to marry wrongful humans. That started. One error created all the errors like a chain reaction, right? So even when people wanted to choose a rightful divorce processing that is created by God, he mandated it to be polluted, right? So that means the people are filing for divorce are the wisest population in the earth, right? So that means the nation should credit and salute the divorced populations after all. Because they are the ones who are going to create $1 trillion revenue and make the nation richest by choosing the wisest choice, right? But he even provided a roadblock and a barrier and a shame for that processing also. Don't you all think he should be thrown in volcano? Yes, absolutely, right? So yes, this particular session is about divorce separation. So that means what? USA nation should know a nation do not have any birthright to provide a divorce type separation. It is wrong. Who is USA nation to provide the separation part to destroy the humans according to the Vatican Code of Abuse law? If Senate loves it, then Senate can have it. If presidents loves it, then presidents can have that law for themselves. And then they can create their hell for them, their family members. Why on the earth they want to tear down the population? Right? They do not have any birthrights. So today I nailed on the forehead of Pope Francis, and yes, he should resign and President Joe Biden should resign any moment. Watch and see, he's going to announce. Because when President Joe Biden don't know that there should never, USA nation in 50 states of USA nation should never, must never have divorce type separation, which is the deadliest tax fraud crime created by Vatican. He should never be in the White House. He should just get out of the White House immediately. Because the crime is so deadliest, there is no time for President Joe Biden to even talk to me. Got it? Because he should immediately just get out of the White House. Then he can save himself. Because the curse is too much. The crime and the curse provided by the absolute monarchs is too much. I do not want him to get any more curse. Okay? So what does the screenshot display? The screenshot displays who is the true creator of divorce hell. It is created exclusively for tax fraud. So now tell me, what education does educated population in USA need to know that there should never be delayed divorce processing, there should never be any divorce type separation? Do you all think that lions, cheetahs, dogs, birds, insects must come and educate humans? That's not their job. They are already doing God, whatever God asked them to do, they are doing only that only. That's why they are living in heaven and peacefully. Do you all want the apple tree, the pears tree, or the shrubs or the bushes or grasses, or the earth core elements like gases like hydrogen, oxygen to come and talk to the humans? Hey humans, you're all living a filthiest life. A nation do not have birthright to provide a divorce type of separation. That is a separate, deadliest Holocaust crime. Do you all think the plants population should have to come and educate humans? Yes or no? Oh, are your cheeks burning that I'm providing a fire slap on your faces? Both, be it male population and female population. Oh, my dear fellow mankind, be aware if it is burning your faces. Oh yeah, that means your human operating system is working fine. Because I'm doing a on the fly open bypass heart surgery, open bypass eye surgery, open bypass brain surgery, and then I am directly hitting on the conscious nerve, isn't it? Because he fooled you all. Pope Francis fooled you all and he blinded your eyes. You cannot see it. Now you can see it with the screenshot, with my education. You all can see it. 7.9 plus billions of humans witnessing who exactly is created divorce hell. And everybody blood will be boiling only. Right? When I am saying one task, just follow that task. I said, just stay calm. Your blood will be boiling with whatever Dr. Fauci, Dr. Brinks provided. Just stay calm. Yes, your blood will be boiling. Your veins will be bursting. Just stay calm. I am there. Why? I have to display all this crime, right? I already said, when I said Dr. Fauci, Dr. Brinks, they are going to throw the $1 million salary provided by Zionism organization in USA, I was not joking. Because we humans are born to love cleanness, isn't it? We can never hurt fellow mankind. That is enough of a proof why absolute monarchs are the deadliest Satans, and I provided in the screenshot today. Enough. USA federal government is enough for them to look into the screenshot and send the drones to the Vatican Palace, to the Islam Leaders Palace, to the fake Islam Leader Palace, to Queen Elizabeth Buckingham Palace, and pick one by one and throw them in the volcano in Hawaii. Because they will not even have time for appealing or excuse or anything for that crap. Right? Here, the entire software service is broken. Who will pay for the damages for that? How much of labor the software coders have provided? It's not an easy job to come up with the algorithm logic, isn't it? Everything got mean, my dear fellow mankind. But can you all see why people threw acid on me? It's one side only survival mode, and other side they feared that what if the federal government going to ask the Hewlett Packard or Associated Bank or the Department of Children Families or the healthcare insurance or any insurance for that matter. Everybody is going to keep their face down. They cannot even shout back at the software coders why you provided a wrongful algorithm. It's not their fault. I am standing in front of Apple, I am standing in front of Google, I am standing in front of Microsoft, and I am the only one who can even bail them out. I am the only one who can bail Walmart, Amazon, Costco, Target. I am the only one who can bail out banking sectors, private sectors, public sectors. I am not joking. Right? Everything got crashed. Everything's wrong. USA just collapsed in pieces. And I'm not joking. Why nobody? See, can you see why Billy Graham is the deadliest prostitute after all? Why he never stood up and educated USA when he was the one of the source to influence, brainwash means influence, right? In either direct way or indirect way to those earlier two foolish presidents, right? To provide the war with Iraq. How foolish can it be? That's a separate crime. Let's not talk about that. But here, I'm just displaying how deadliest are the Christian evangelicals after all. They are the deadliest prostitutes. Why Billy Graham never stood up and said, hey, USA government, there should never be any divorce type of separation. That's the deadliest tax fraud crime. He's a godly man, right? Whenever he's having a sermon, he will always provide one song. You know, the Christians knows the song. I said I can also sing that song one time. Maybe I can sing that song also. Always he will sing that song only. If they will provide that song. Just as I am. I need to know the lyrics, right? Wait, let me see if I could. So the song goes like this. Every Billy Graham sermon that gathering, finally he will say, whoever wants to come, I will pray, blah, 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 like that dialogue. And during that time, this song will be played out every single time. The song is there in Tamil also. Just as I am without one plea, but that thy blood was shed for me, and that thou bid me come to thee, O Lamb of God, I come. Just as I am, though tossed about with many a conflict, many a doubt, fighting and fears within, without, O Lamb of God, I come. Just as I am, and waiting not to rid my soul of one dark blot, to thee whose blood can cleanse each spot, O Lamb of God, I come. Just as I am, poor wretched blind, sight reaches healing of the mind. Yea, all I need in thee to find, O Lamb of God, I come. Just as I am, thou wilt receive, wilt welcome pardon, cleanse, relief, because thy promise I believe, O Lamb of God, I come. I will also sing the same song in Tamil, okay? நான் பாவிதானாலும் நீர் மாசற்ற இரத்தம் சிந்தி நீர் வாயென்று என்னை அழைத்தீரேன், மீட்பரே வந்தேன். நான் பாவிதான் tell me how many times this prostitute Billy Graham provided this sermon in United States of America, worldwide, across the globe, right? Why? He's a theologian. He's a pastor of church of USA, isn't it? He got all the luxury. Today, even after death, he's the richest man. Nobody knows that, right? He got an excellent funeral for himself by fooling the population, right? He had how many times, minutes, seconds in his whole entire lifetime? He was close to 100 years when he died, right? Just to fool humans. See, he's a godly man, that's why he's living at 99 years old like that, to fool the population, isn't it? So tell me, my dear fellow mankind, see, I nailed on the forehead of Pope Francis. He's frozen. I kept the knife and the neck on the neck of the Pope Francis. I'm tearing down Queen Elizabeth to cell by cell, and I provided death penalty on the spinal cord of each and every single Islam leaders, count by count, regardless of the genders. Right? They cannot escape. They are the ones who created this crime, the divorce process crime. They have to pay the price, and the price for them is death penalty. France leader must get out of the earth now. And I already explained how the France old leader immediately resigned to mandate the other new France leader to be elected. It's all a crime and a crime. Oh, that old France leader cannot escape death penalty. That was a time, I have the live proof, isn't it? What there was the Charlie Hebdo newspaper. There was a shooting in the London that happened right when I was when I was working on the Poverty Free Earth End of the Year 2030 volunteer project. That's a proof there. That time old France leader was there, and all the nations of the Islam leaders were gathered there. USA then leader, the Democrat President Obama, Barack Obama, he just ignored it. He never went. And then continuously after the Charlie Hebdo, it's only 2 or 3 people got died. But for 2 or 3 people got died, fake Israel leader Netanyahu, I think he was there, and Germany leader, that lady leader prostitute, the what's her name, Merck or something like that, she was there. Everybody was there. Queen Elizabeth was not there. That's the checkpoint. Queen Elizabeth should have been there, isn't it? European nations must have been there. Check, 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 check. Right? At least the Archbishop and Pope Francis should have been there. They were not there. Crime, 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 crime. Then around that same time, it was a few months away, only continuously so many things happened. Then there was that, what's that place called in France? That European place in France. There was a shooting there too, right? I just cannot get that name on top of my head. So then for that, again, President went, and that old France leader was there, right? And then June 2015, there was a blasting in Levant, Mosul, to blast that our forefather Jonah's tomb. So whatever happened in the in the displayed in the Holy Bible is true. The real events happened, and that's a proof, right? And that time when they blasted the Jonah's tomb, they were foolish. They were thinking, see, you're talking about Jonah's prophecy. See, we are fools. We only do all crap. And they destroyed the tomb of Jonah, thinking that they can get away free. Are you laughing? Oh my God. So that time, I never even knew down the road, I will crack down all the truth. So for me, it was hurting, right? I'm not hiding that feelings, right? It happened on a Ramadan day, meaning the Ramadan is the festival of that Islam, right? And that day only they blasted that Jonah tomb, just to destroy another true Christianity processing, right? Then down the road, so many things happen. I have all the proof. I will give whenever there's need. But here, the session is all about what? Just those are all the crime in a crime, which I will get the Islam leaders to pay for it. They cannot escape. I already said I own Mecca. So you all keep working on who am I. The Islam leaders will die out of heart attack at the sound of my name. And they just cannot take it to be aware that I'm the woman. They hate women, genders. Women are treated less than a dirt in Islam nations. Are you all aware of it? Be aware of it right now if you're not aware of it. Right? So now tell me, this session is all about who created divorce hell? It is Pope Francis. So it all started from where? 7.9 plus billions mandated to marry wrong humans. So why that was created? For tax fraud. I already said these absolute monarchs wanted to drink the population of blood cells of population. How can they do that? They have to provide an organization. They have to provide a process model. They have to make it everything legal, right? And they have to make sure that nations do not ask them any questions. So these four are the main constraints they have to provide. Okay? So just like that, they cannot say, hey, pay tax. Right? They have to provide a legalized way and mandated them population to pay tax. How can they work on that? When they marry the wrongful humans, naturally the brain, the oxidation process, everything will create pollution. There will be pollution. Right. Then the hell is created. So then they can provide a false, see, you're a tobacco user, pay tax. Oh, are you an alcohol user? Pay tax, like that. And they also created this divorce also. Means they will not even allow the people to choose the rightful choice. They want the population to be always foolish. Then they can drink the blood of humans in the form of tax. That is a real crime here I'm talking about. Can you get it? So that means with my education, whoever in the marital status must be divorced by now, immediately. Right? So that means that it's a proof that they're all living in a pathetic state, illusion only. So then what more he provided for a roadblock? Why people are getting freaked out that they have to tolerate, digest the injustice and live with the injustice. Why? Why so? It is because he provided the delayed divorce processing, right? The crap. So people rather going through that hell, it's okay to handle the whatever hell like that. But how he pushed all the people into the edge of the cliff, isn't it? Mandating people to always choose wrongful choices, right? That is wrong, my dear fellow mankind. When a civilian do not have any birthright for brainwashing mankind to choose a wrongful choice. That is crime, deadliest crime, and he mandated that to the all population, isn't it? Nobody knew. Wisest in the whole entire planet Earth are divorced population only, right? But he changed that true into the wrongful way. So that is the path, he provided that pathway. That is how we all got the answer for everything. That is how the society full of educated population and people who are married status, thinking that they are the holy one, they started to mark the divorced population. So it should be the other way around. Got it? It should be the divorced population who should be mocking at the people who are married more. But Pope Francis, in a cunning way, he changed everything. That means every single thing of true Christianity destroyed, my dear fellow mankind. That is the crime. That is the crime. And saddest reality is USA nation took that curse. So now tell me, in The Few Good Men, the movie, who is the villain here? Who is that Jack Nicholson villain here? And who is the audience here? And who is that lawyers here? And you all get it, isn't it? You're getting it, right? And yes, my dear fellow mankind, this crime is deadliest. Department of Children Families must be puking worms and pus right now, because one important chunk of divorce software code of line of validation not even there. And there is more crime on the queue. So this session is all about what? Just be aware for your birthrights, there should never be divorce type separation. And he provided that anyways. It's a crime. So Pope Francis must resign. When being a god of USA, when being a pope, when being a Roman king hero, when being an absolute monarch, when having the role of our divine rights of God, jumped from heaven, when being a perfect man, holy, then republica, then wearing a burqa, saying Hail Mary, Race Mary, whatever crap, and then also Lord's Prayer, don't know that a nation should never have any divorce type separation, which is the deadliest tax fraud crime, and Holocaust Nazism classification code means Pope Francis must resign now. I only know that is wrong. So out of 7.9 plus billions of humans, out of 300 millions of population of USA nation, out of 50 states of USA nation, out of Roman province Jesuits organizations headquartered in state of Wisconsin, state of Illinois, state of Michigan, state of New York, state of New England, state of Louisiana, state of Maryland, state of Missouri, state of California, state of Oregon, how many theologians are there? How many Christian evangelicals are there? How many lawyers are there? How many doctors are there? How many teachers are there? How many male populations are educated male populations are there? How many educated female population are there? How many Harvard Law School population have been produced in past 500 years alone? In 2019, 2020, 2021 alone. How many population have been produced by Harvard Law School and Medical School? Why nobody knew? How many TV anchors are there? How many entertainment world are there? How many software world are there? How many software lines and applications are there? How many software project management process are there? Why nobody educated? A nation do not have birthright to provide divorce type separation. That is the deadliest, enough, infinite, deadliest tax fraud crime, and enough to inflict pain infliction for emotional distress to be created for the fellow mankind. Don't all think I must get the medical finance compensation for entire divorced population worldwide. I am the mouthpiece for that. I already said. When I said I stand up, I get civil justice for all means, that says it all, that sums it up all. And you all keep working on who am I, right? Why nobody educated? What education does humans need? How many Christian schools are there? How many Christian colleges are there? How many private schools are there? What education are they teaching to the population? Can you all understand my frustration? The labor of the software coders is got vain. It got invalid. Disqualified means voided. It needs to be scrapped and shut down. And for not fault of their fault, right? Apple going crazy, must be in hot oil mode. Apple, those three are the giants, isn't it? Without those three browsers, none of the private sector, none of the public sectors can even provide any kind of an operation. Any kind of an operation. Everybody is in the hot oil mode. Everybody got the curse of the Pope Francis because a huge chunk of the software validation, not even written mandatedly. And Pope Francis mandated that. Queen Elizabeth II mandated that because when they're going to write that piece of chunk, the government have to provide a budget allocation every single year, right? Then they will ask, oh, okay, in a disease control processing, first a true civil doctor wants the root cause. That's all is needed. If the root cause is identified, boom, then the disease can be eradicated. Okay, and they use the quarantining process, means what? Eliminate this, eliminate that group, eliminate that group, eliminate that group, eliminate this group, eliminate, and now who is left out? Then everybody will know. So in literal sense, in other sense, in a layman sense, I handcuffed Pope Francis, I handcuffed Queen Elizabeth II, I handcuffed Pope of Russia, Pope of Greece, Pope of Cairo, Egypt, and I handcuffed France leader, I handcuffed Sicily Archbishop, and I handcuffed each and every single Islam leaders, each and every single Europe monarch leaders. And I handcuffed a fake Israel flag, I handcuffed fake Israel leader, and mandated all of them to kneel down in front of 7.9 plus billions of humans, 193 nations. For they are the one who created this divorce hell crap. It's costing trillions and trillions dollars for each and every single nation because Department of Justice is broken in pieces. I provided all the proof already. Right? So one side divorced population have to undergo through a lot of crap, and the other side divorce type separated population also have to undergo that crap. Right? And all created in the name of God. Oh, wait, watch and see. Wait, watch and see, my dear fellow mankind. Pope Francis, I already said, Pope Francis will be puking pus and worms. And he'll be fearing here and there. And he will say, oh, no. I myself, Pope, myself will run from Vatican and I'll figure out where exactly the volcano in Hawaii, and I will jump and I will die. That is exactly what Pope Francis is going to say. Wait, watch and see. And with all this crap that is going on, President Joe Biden cannot provide any joke here. He has to resign, and he will resign any moment, right? I'm helping him out in the humane, ethical standards way only. He was a widower once, right? At least he should have known about the divorce crap that's been provided by Pope Francis, being a lawyer. So that is a live proof that everybody got fooled in a cunning way by Pope Francis, isn't it? There's that little bit of innocence identified for President Joe Biden. I can just bail them out. They can live free. Dr. Fauci, Dr. brings a little bit innocence is identified. They can live free. That's all I can do for a basic humanitarian basis, okay? So I will keep reading the civil justice, okay, right off. Shh means silent, okay? I want 7.9 plus billions of humans to just hide behind me, okay? Stay calm. Yes, and yes, I am the Justice Lady statue in the court of law worldwide came alive. I am burning Vatican in ashes. Let all nations watch, as clearly written in Revelation 18 in Holy Bible. Civil justice as of April 9th, 2021 for Antichrist, Pope Francis created crime count 1, divorce type 1, separation classified as Holocaust crime, and crime 2, count 2, divorce type 2 is delayed divorce process, poverty mandate, Holocaust Nazism, and crime 3 is Pope Francis failed and violated Holy Bible guidelines and found at fault and never innocent and deadliest guilty in all counts of types of guilty and destroyed humanity worldwide and drank the human blood as tax fraud, as a tax, providing tax fraud crime, failing in Pope's job, failing in Roman King Herod job, failing in Holy Highness job, failing in God of USA job, failing in Jesuits leader job, Vatican leader, failing in Vatican leader job, should resign now. And I, where the Priya Prose should be the Vatican leader now with civil justice served as in Holy Bible guidelines only. As of 9th, 2021, crime count 1 is at fault found guilty of wild, human, endangered species, Antichrist, Lucifer, Satan, Devil, Pope Francis created, separate, Holocaust, hell mandate of Vatican divorce type. If chosen, divorce will be tortured with delayed divorce process and poverty mandated hell mandate to fool civilians in the name of separation. It is not divorced, so can get national benefits and mandated civilians to choose unhealthy choices. A civilian do not have any birthright to influence other fellow mankind to choose unhealthy choices. That's the deadliest crime. And he provided that, isn't it? He fooled the population telling that he provided an illusion. See, if you all don't want to take divorce because it's take long processing, there is another process called separate. You still get all the national benefits, but you'll not be divorced. So that itself is what? It's a crime in a crime in a crime. Deadliest crime, my dear fellow mankind. So April 9th, 2021, crime count 2 is what? At fault found guilty, wild, human, endangered species, Antichrist, Lucifer, Satan, Devil, Pope Francis created, separate, Holocaust, hell mandate on Vatican, divorce type 2 is separate, not divorced, and torture in different versions, and poverty mandate. So divorce is one crime. Then separate, divorced and separate means they are not divorced, but they are in the separate mode, means imagine the emotional torture inflicted directly on the brain nerves. Deadliest crime, isn't it? What would you have done? Right? They say the people cannot even understand the other people's pain means what? Whoever undergoes that pain only can understand the pain. For me, I'm God's gifted child. I already said I have that supernatural power given by God, isn't it? The wisdom itself proves it all. And whatever injustice has been provided to me, the natural disasters, COVID and everything, it's God fighting for me. That itself is a life proof that I'm a God's gifted child, right? So Pope Francis was fooling everybody. He was not able to fool me. And that made the difference, my dear fellow mankind, right? Today he cannot escape. Everybody fallen in this trap, and I am the only one who can get the medical compensation for everybody worldwide, including President Joe Biden. I'm only going to get the civil justice for him also for whatever crime he provided. He provided the crime, right? Being a lawyer, I will ask you, President Joe Biden, you went to the law school. I never went to the law school. Why you never even know that the nation should never even have divorce type of separation? That's the deadliest tax for crime. Oh, there is no other crime for providing this crime, and Pope Francis provided the crime. Can you all see how the innocent prayers worldwide is been answered by God, and that is why God welcomed me to the earth to save the world? It's happening right now, right? April 9th, 2021, crime count 2 is what? At fault found guilty, wild human endangered species, Antichrist, Lucifer, Satan, devil, Pope Francis created separate Holocaust, hell mandate of Vatican divorce type 2 separate, not divorced, and torture in different versions, and poverty mandate. Hell mandate to fool civilians in the name of separate, and it is not divorced, so can get national benefits. So the other, okay, this I'm repeating, I think, so it should be the other one. The first one should be delayed divorce processing, poverty mandate, right? So if he all says, if at all civilians choose to file for divorce, USA federal government, USA state government, tear those people in pieces by mandating delayed divorce process. Throw the chains of slavery, hatred, discrimination on their legs. Let them be crippled forever. So that is how 99% of the divorced people die. It's like a cancer service. The survivors only, the 1% divorced people. Then, as if that scandal is not enough, he also created the second crime count 2 is what? See, this many things are there for divorce. But there's another option for you. Separate. You'll not be divorced yet. Oh yeah, you can live because you can live free. They provide that illusion. So crime count 1 is what? Divorce, delayed divorce. And if the people, so then when the people get fear out of the divorce, delayed divorce process of hell process alone, they'll back off. People will back off. They'll not even if they file for divorce, they'll just revoke it. They'll just withdraw. And you all know how many divorced people got remarried, blah, 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 whatever, right? Then the other part is creating that fear. It's of disease creation is always created from the fear only, unhealthy fear I'm talking about, right? So when the people get feared about the broken divorce processing, they will choose no other choice. Beggars cannot be choose, right? So they will choose, okay, instead of getting into the divorce hell processing that will take forever, why can't I choose the separation? So either ways, he's provided the civilians to choose wrongful choices and tortured forever. That's not going to happen anymore because I'm there, right? I kept the knife on the neck of Pope Francis. And here I want to provide one more testimony. When I was working on the Poverty Free Earth End of the Year 2030 volunteer project, I think whether it was Africa, South Africa, or London or whatever, they mandated Pope Francis to they brought him on the court of law and they were asking questions. It is there in one of the video online. If you go and search for it, you can find it. So can you all see why everybody knows that Pope Francis is a hell creator, why nobody could nail him down? I only can nail him down. I am frying, I am burning Vatican in ashes according to the Revelation 18 chapter, and it is happening now, this moment. Right? St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican, that facility, the whole facility, the palace, everything is being burnt down in ashes. I'm burning it, right? It is according to the Revelation 18 chapter. Then crime 3. What is more crime 3? Deadliest crime of Roman province, Catholics, Christianity, Jesuits, Vatican, of state of Wisconsin, state of Illinois, state of Michigan, state of New York, state of New England, state of Louisiana, state of Missouri, state of Maryland, state of California, state of Oregon to provide divorce process, health process, poverty mandate. And Pope Francis provided deadliest crime, and these Department of Children Families, Department of Health Services, Department of Revenue Services, Department of Justice Services, Department of Workforce Division provided deadliest crime, and Holy Highness, absolute monarchs having divine rights of God, prostitute, Pope Francis failed in God job, so Pope Francis must resign now. And I am that I am Vedapriya Prose. I am the true woman in entire 7.9 plus billions of humans. I only aware there must never be Holocaust, Nazism, separation in divorce process, and there must never be delayed divorce process, health poverty mandate. And I, Vedapriya Prose, proved USA government operations errors, Medicaid, Medicare errors. So I, Vedapriya Prose, must be the Vatican leader now. Is civil justice served? Right? Then, in true Christianity alone, there is never separation, divorce type scandal. Here you go. So either Pope Francis must say he knows what is Holy Bible or true Christianity, or Pope Francis has to say to the world that he don't know what is true Christianity or what is Holy Bible. Either way, I nailed on the forehead of Pope Francis. You keep figuring out who am I. Just keep working on the task. And I will keep on displaying all the crime, because that is very highest priority here. Because USA government must not even provide any operation without fixing these crimes. Okay, it's our deadliest. In true Christianity alone, there is never separation, divorce type scandal. Are you aware of it or not? Be aware of it now. And there is never delayed divorce poverty mandate scandal is a proof. As of April 8th of 2021, Antichrist God of USA Pope Francis never knows that there must never be any separation process or delayed divorce process, and his deadliest crime of Vatican leader. So Satan, Pope Francis must resign now, and I, Vedapriya Prose, must be the Vatican leader now. 46th President of USA, lawyer, Democrat, President Joe Biden should resign now, for President Joe Biden never knows there must never be separation divorce type, and there must never be delayed divorce poverty mandate, and it is crime of President Joe Biden. So President Joe Biden must resign now. And then I will read that generic civil justice. For I, Vedapriya Prose, native Indian tribe, Christian Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem, and true owner of USA, and proved USA's Tamil Nadu, and I, Vedapriya Prose, have highest impasse eligibility to lead USA. I must be interim leader of USA now. Is civil justice served? For I, Vedapriya Prose, displayed USA government errors and the scandal of absolute monarchs. I, Vedapriya Prose, for civil justice as in Holy Bible guidelines. I, Vedapriya Prose, want USA, United States of America nation to rename Lord Ripon Building in Tamil Nadu, India, after my name. Vedapriya is civil justice served. And I, Vedapriya Prose, to become the Vatican leader now. Is civil justice served? And Pope Francis resigns abruptly now. Is civil justice served? And I, Vedapriya Prose, become Supreme Chief Civil Judge for all nations now. Is civil justice served? And I, Vedapriya Prose, become Supreme Chief Family Law and Children Judge for all nations now. Is civil justice served? And I, Vedapriya Prose, to become the Global Poverty Relief Medical Director Chief for all nations, to lead and guide World Bank, United Nations organizations, World Trade Organization, Center for Disease Control, Department of Children Families, Department of Health Services, Department of Justice, Department of Revenue, Department of Agriculture, Department of Imports Export, Department of Military, in all nations across the globe. Is civil justice served? And I, Vedapriya Prose, to be the ambassador for all nations, starting with India, and must get dual citizenship of US and India now. Is civil justice served? And yes, my dear fellow mankind, there is one more of session which I have to display about the deadliest crime of this divorce scandal, tax fraud crime provided by Vatican Pope Francis, and then I will display more crimes. Just be patient here. Patience is the key, right? And yes, civil justice always wins. Keep working. Why God is always God. Why all this chaos that's happening worldwide. Why people, all these things that's happening will pass through because I am there, right? It's an evil force, that's all. So don't you all think I'm God sent angel to friend to save the world, to save you all, save all the nations, save all the governments, right? It should happen now. There must never be delay in signing of civil justice. Okay? Thank you all for your time. Take care. Bye for now.